Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Crooked Hour. Today we're going to be breaking down this weekend's UFC fight night. Calvin Kattar versus Arnold Allen. It should be a good one. Banger fight. Honestly, this fight could go a number of ways. A small part of me, although I know it's not probably going to happen, but a small part of me is telling me that Allen might just come out here and get this done in the first two rounds. And you might be like, no way that's going to happen. I mean, you saw the damage he took against Max Holloway and he survived that. But that's exactly what I'm worried about. All this damage he's been taken. He even took damage in his last fight against Emmett. It's got to be wearing on him at this point. You got a much younger Brendan Allen who really does bring it to you. Hard hitter, brings it to you early, really lands hard, blunt shots like that are going to sting. They're going to sting. It doesn't matter what chin you have. The shots are going to sting. They mightn't put you out, but they are going to sting. And Calvin Kattar, his chin might be getting a little bit on the offside. We haven't seen it. But is this going to be the fight where we do see it? Maybe. But I'm not banking on that, and you'll see that on my picks. But it's definitely something to think about. But the logical side of me thinks this is going to be a longer fight. And I feel like we could see a finish on either side in the last, round 3 or 4 or 5. Once the pressure starts getting to one of them, once one starts landing shots, maybe Allen lands some good shots in the earlier rounds, but then Kattar, gets through him, survives, but later on it might start to wear on him, and when Allen later on starts putting the pressure on him and starts really backing him up, that could be when he loses. Or Kattar, on the other hand, he could do the exact same thing. Allen could be exhausted by the later rounds, and then Kattar starts digging those body shots that he's got, putting him up against the fence and using those elbows as well, and really, really bloodying up Allen and getting the TKO. I could definitely see that happening. Anyway, going to the tail of the tape, we got 23-6 for Kattar, 18-1 for Allen. Average fight time 15 minutes and 36 seconds for Kattar. For Allen, 12 minutes and 59 seconds. Kattar's the taller man, 5'11" compared to 5'8". Weight, same. Reach, 2-inch reach advantage. I don't really think that's gonna help Kattar much because the way Kattar throws, it's real short. While Allen, on the other hand, he throws really long, so I think it's gonna kind of equal itself out. But 2 inches still helps. If they both throw in a shot from the same distance, Kattar's was more likely to land than Allen's. Orthodox versus Southpaw, which will be interesting. And then we go to the strikes landed per minute. Well, the striking stats. Strikes landed per minute, 5 minutes and 19 seconds for Kattar. 3 minutes and 31 seconds for Allen. Striking accuracy, 38% for Kattar, 42% for Allen. So overall, Kattar is landing more shots. He's the busier fighter, and it shows in their fights. But Allen's a lot more patient, but when he shoots his shots, they matter a lot more than Kattar's, if that makes sense. Kattar's more of an output. Allen's more of a, I'll wait, throw the big shot, and usually it hurts him. And then we go to the strikes absorbed per minute, and Kattar's stat has went up heaps since the Max Holloway fight. I think that's the record for most shots landed in a fight, and it was on Kattar's head. The majority of them were on Kattar's head. So that's why but in general also, he's a very hittable person, and that's why I don't mind Allen in this fight, just because Kattar is so hittable, and I really think Allen could use that to his advantage. But on the same time, when you go in, it's not like you're landing shots on Kattar and he's not landing back. Strikes absorbed is 7.15, but then strikes landed is 5.19. So it's not like he's just letting you punch him and not throwing back. And then we go to the defense. 54% for Kattar, 66% for Allen. 54% for those strikes absorbed per minute is good. Takedown average, 0.44 for Kattar, 1.41 for Allen. Allen will shoot takedown in this fight. My book's got my sports book, it's got that thing where you can go will they land a takedown? I'm going to say Allen lands a takedown. I'm going to be chucking that in my parlay. I feel like he will shoot for at some point in the fight just to mix it up. I feel like that's going to be his game plan, But is he going to get it? I mean, Kattar's got a 91% defense. He's good at defending those takedowns, but it's good just to separate it. And Allen's got a choke under his record, and Kattar's got choked. So, I mean, something to keep in mind there. Takedown accuracy, 29% for Kattar, 50% for Allen. Submission average, both very low, 0.1 for Kattar, 0.4 for Allen. I do feel like we'll see Kattar on his back and Allen on top at some point in the fight. Like, I could be completely wrong, but I do feel like we will see that in one point of the fight. That might even steal Allen around. I mean, if Allen starts to get exhausted, he might invest his energy into that, which could go horrible, but it could go great at the same time. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, we'll go to how to bet both ways. We've got this fight summed up, right? We've got this fight summed up. Let's go to how to bet both ways, starting with Allen. This was a tough one. As I said, I have a slight feeling that Allen might get it done the first 2 rounds. I don't know why. I just feel like it might catch up with Kattar. But then my logical side is telling me, no, that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen because Kattar's chin is elite. He's a very durable guy. And I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe I could go Allen via decision. But what if he does get the KO? What if he does get it to the ground and pulls off a submission? So I just thought the best choice would be to go via money line, covers everything. If he gets it done in the first 2 rounds, if he gets it done by decision, if he gets it done by submission, it covers it all. I'll probably play this and chuck it in a parlay, honestly. I've played his money line when it was at like $2.20. Which is great. Like, I got him at an underdog, and now he's a favourite. So, I got in early. Hopefully, you got in early too. But, yeah. I would probably play his money line at this point and chuck him in a parlay or something. Next up, Calvin Kattar. I've got Kattar via money line. Just simple. Or Kattar to win in 4, 5, or by points. Now, I feel like that's the only way Kattar wins. I don't think he wins in the first 3 rounds. Like, Allen is a durable guy. I don't even know if he's ever been KO'd. Let me double check. Well, he's only lost once, and it was by decision. Yeah, it was by decision. So, Allen's never been KO'd, and I feel like if Calvin Kattar wants to KO him, it's going to be in the later rounds. He's not going to get him that early. So, I feel like it's going to go to the 4th round. And then that's where Kattar might win. He might win by 4, 5, or by points. This just eliminates the first 3. The Kattar to win in 4, 5, or by points just eliminates the first 3 rounds. That's a good bet to make if you're on the side of Kattar. Full transparency, I'm not on the side of Kattar. But he's not a bad side to take, especially now as an underdog. Or if you do think, oh, maybe you can put the pressure on early, get a KO in the 3rd round, this covers everything, especially as a dog. And if you really believe in Kattar's cardio, chin, pressure, boxing, good bet to make. Then we go to the overall bet of this fight. Fight to end in 4, 5, or decision, as I was saying. This does eliminate the Arnold Allen winning in the first 3 rounds, which I do think is a possibility. A slight possibility, but it's still a possibility. But, you know, as I said, I could see Allen really putting it on in the 4th or 5th round as well. Like, just not going away, investing in power shots early, and then Kattar is just exhausted, bloodied. Like, he's been rocked a few times by this point. Allen starts to put it on him. Or on the other side, the exact same thing for Kattar. Kattar's investing in body shots. He's putting the pressure on Allen. He's exhausted Allen, and then he just starts teeing off on him and getting the TKO in the later rounds. And it also covers if it goes to decision as well. So that's a great little bet. I'll probably chuck that in a parlay as well. Probably not enough to just do a single bet on it. Chuck it in a parlay. I feel like that smacks. Big time. So overall, comment who you got down below. I've got Allen. By 4, 5. Actually, I don't know what I've got Allen by. I just got his money line when he came in as an underdog, and I think that's all I'll put on him. I probably wouldn't even bet on this fight if at these current odds, me personally, because I believe Allen's going to win. I'm backing Allen, But for the odds, I don't think I'd put a bet on Allen now. I got him at 220, I'm pretty sure. So that's something I can play on Allen. That is something I can play on Allen. I will probably put a bet down on this prop bet. Chuck it in a parlay. Hope it smacks. But yeah, comment who you've got down below and tell me how you think they're going to get it done. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, guys, have a good one.
Eternal is fucking mad.